So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with another challenge. This is one I am calling the Mr. Irrelevant Fantasy Draft Rebuild Challenge. So I want to give a big thank you to Tejas O'Green 4665. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm probably not. I'm terrible with names. You all know that. But the way this one is going to work is we're going to be doing a fantasy draft, but instead of the normal kind of serpentine, almost fantasy football-esque draft where if you have the last pick in round one, you have the first pick in round two, we're just going to kind of go the normal way that most drafts actually go. So we're going to have the last pick in round one. We're going to have the last pick in round two. And typically in a fantasy draft, especially in a serpentine style one, the teams tend to even out a little bit more because that's just the way it works when you kind of snake the draft order. But today, almost like a real NBA draft or a real NFL draft, we are going to have the last pick in every single round of this 14-round fantasy draft. I'm sure you're all smart enough to piece together the end goals to obviously win a championship. Of course, having the last pick in every round makes this much more challenging versus the team that is going to have the first pick in every single round. So super excited about this one today. Really big thank you to all of the ideas you guys have been giving me recently. They've been fantastic. I've been really enjoying kind of getting into some more challenges, almost on a regularly scheduled basis at this point. But very much looking forward to this one today. Of course, any other video ideas you guys have, let me know down below. Let's get into it. All right, so it really doesn't matter what team I actually use because whatever team I use, I'm just going to make sure they're actually last in the draft order. So I'm going to use my Celtics today. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. It's just like uniform, city, whatever. Who cares? So before we actually get into the draft, I have to make sure the Celtics actually have, you know, the last pick, if you will. So we're at number 13 right now. What I'm going to do is just move it all the way here to number 30, 30 out of 30 teams. We are now sitting there. As I mentioned, it is a fixed draft order, meaning we're going to have 30 every single round. I'll probably make the first 3 picks or so. I'm genuinely am kind of curious who's going to be there for. So Miami actually has number 1. They take Luka Doncic. I just want to watch the top 3. Jokic goes. How much until Victor Wembanyama goes? I'm just curious. I mean, I don't know if he'd go ahead of any of these guys so far, but interesting nonetheless. SGA. All right, you know what? We're just going to sim. Oh, he goes number 12 to the Hornets. We're just going to sim all the way up right now to number 30 overall. Here are some of our options on the table. We're clearly going to be getting a relatively good player, but it definitely looks like, you know, we don't have as many options as some of these other guys. Wow, Şengün went really high. Apparently people are very high. Chet Holmgren's here, Zion went. Okay, so I have to make a decision right now. Of course, there is definitely some very big things to kind of weigh when we go about this. Now, a guy like Jaylen Brown, of course, is incredible. Last season was All-NBA second team, Kristaps Porzingis. A couple of Celtics right there. We got Sabonis here. You got Jamal Murray, Towns, Maxey. So what I'm going to try to do right now is lean relatively young, but also make sure I'm getting a guy that's as talented, is going to be as talented as the guys kind of at the top of the overall chain right now. So just kind of curious who's sitting here. Of course, we don't just have like the next pick after this, so it's just something to kind of keep in mind. But there are definitely some good players here. I think it's probably the smartest idea just to take one of these guys on the top of the board. So I could go Maxey. I'm pretty much debating between Maxey and Jaylen Brown right now, but you can call it my Celtics bias. I'm taking Jaylen Brown. So welcome to the team, JB. Super excited to have him here. Now we sim till the 30th pick in round 2. And gonna have to make another decision. So we have our small forward shooting guard, doesn't really matter. We have that figured out. I'm not gonna take Derek White or Drew Holiday as much as I might be enticed to. I'm gonna try to go a little bit younger here. A guy like Anthony Simons, who develops relatively well. I see Colin Sexton sitting there. But what if I think even younger? Like, did Brandon Miller already go? I'm assuming he probably did. I'm just assuming that he's probably... Oh, Darius Garland would have been fantastic, but the Kings just took him. I'm assuming that he has... Yeah, Brandon Miller already went. So he would have been, obviously, a fantastic guy to go ahead and draft. I know that I do not want this to take 85 years, but I want to make sure I'm getting somebody who's going to be really valuable and develop well while not also costing a ton of money throughout the course of this video. So, yeah, I see a lot of guys that are 20 years old that definitely have some potential. Could go Kuminga. Does develop relatively well, but honestly, I think a lot of the guys that are sitting up here are probably going to be safer and better picks. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and Gobert just regresses. I'm going to take Anthony Simons. I am. He's not a guy I draft a lot. Welcome to the team, Anthony Simons. So, we have our second pick. I'm going to go ahead and make one more pick that I'll show you guys, then we'll get through the rest of the draft, and I'll see you guys with this team. But our last pick, so we have our shooting guard, our small forward at this point. Fred VanVleet wouldn't be the worst option in the world. I see Kobe White here as well. I'm debating. Michael Porter Jr. don't really need another small forward, though. I know size-wise he can probably play the 4. A guy like Derek Lively is somebody I've gotten before, and he's been really good for me. So he definitely could be high up on the possibility list right now. And you know what? I'm just going to pull the trigger. I think this makes a lot of sense. We got our franchise center who's 19 years old, already an 80 overall, and he'll be on a rookie contract the entire video. That makes a lot of sense to me. So shooting guard, small forward, center are figured out. I will see you guys with the rest of this team. Time to take a look at the rest of this team. We obviously went ahead and made the first 3 picks. We know what those guys are going to be for this team, and here's how it is going to look. So we'll just go position by position. So we have D'Angelo Russell here. We have Dennis Schroeder here. We have DeLon Wright here. That's actually not terrible point guard depth. I can definitely live with that. I think we have 2 guys here. Okay, so D'Lo is expiring. I don't know why I thought he had another year, but Schroeder has an extra year, which is, of course, going to be very nice. And honestly, the point guard depth there is relatively solid. Shooting guard. We went ahead and drafted Anthony Simons. He's only 24 years old at that 84 overall. Very much kind of hoping he can be one of the franchise pieces for us today moving forward. You got Duncan Robinson here, who, seeing him in a Celtics jersey, or, well, he never... You understand what I'm saying. He's just a Celtics killer in general. I don't like him, but he's here. He's a good shooter. He's going to be valuable. Small forward spot, Mr. Jaylen Brown himself. Him and Duncan Robinson being on the same team would certainly be interesting. But Jaylen Brown was our first-round draft pick, kind of the face of the franchise at this point. 27 years old, 89 overall, obviously on a very big contract. You got Rui Hachimura here as well. DeAndre Hunter here. Quality depth here. Power forward spot is a little bit weaker. So clearly we're going to have to do something about this. Figure out some sort of starting caliber power forward. Now, could I maybe move a guy like Rui Hachimura to the starting 4? Probably in all likelihood. But we do have Marcus Morris. We have Jeremiah Robinson Earl, JRE. Jake LaRavia here as well. And then the center spot, we went ahead and drafted Derek Lively. You got Drew Eubanks here. Derek Favors rounding out this team. So, you know what? It's actually not too bad when you kind of take a look at things. We're definitely going to have some trades to get into. Also, yes, I was smart enough and remembered to turn off previously traded draft picks. I always feel like such an idiot when I forget to do that throughout a fantasy draft, so I'm happy I did it today. We might have 1 or 2 moves before we kick off year 1. Our first and probably only trade before we kick off the first season here in Boston is going to come with the Orlando Magic, and it is as follows. DeLon Wright, Marcus Morris Sr., 2 second-round picks heading to Orlando for Trey Lyles and O'Shea Brissett. We're going to get a small upgrade at our backup power forward spot with Trey Lyles. He's on a multi-year contract. I think this trade makes a lot of sense for us. Ultimately, I didn't really see a path where DeLon Wright or Marcus Morris were going to get many minutes. Of course, second-round picks are pretty much useless here in 2K. And Trey Lyles is an upgrade there at our backup 4. We also get O'Shea Brissett. I like him a lot. He's on my current Celtics, so I'm just trying to acquire as many Celtics as possible. No, I'm kidding. But we have our backup power forward now. I moved Hachimura to the 4. I'm pretty sure a lot of you figured out I was probably going to do that. And he'll be taking over as the starter there. So at this point in time, I don't really see a reason to make many other trades. Now, maybe if I could clear up some depth. Like Derek Favors is expiring. If anybody wants to give me any sort of value, like Bryce McGowan's he's only 20 years old. I'm actually going to take this trade just because we're going to have another asset to move come off-season time. And then O'Shea Brissett, who does have a player option, probably going to decline it. As much as I love O'Shea, if I can get a guy on like a guaranteed 2-year deal, like Austin Rivers, as funny as it might sound, even just Winslow, like these are just probably better options to have because there's a likelihood. Ooh, Julian Champagny is here. There's a very... or I could just take a draft pick. You know what? Fuck it. I'll take a draft pick. Who the hell cares? All right. So I actually am curious. I think, the Miami Heat had the first overall picks. They had, obviously round 1, pick 1 in every single round. And this is their team that they've put together. Interesting. Luka, Murray, Thompson, Bay, Reed. Very fun. I'll just kind of slowly scroll through all of these teams right now. If you want to pause, feel free to at any point in time. But, ooh, this team is really good. There are obviously going to be a lot of interesting looking teams here because, when I do a normal fantasy draft, not to say those aren't fun and exciting, but, I don't want to say a lot of the teams are always the same, but things do tend to kind of even out. A lot of guys end up on a lot of similar teams just because they always go ahead and get drafted in similar spots to where they always do. So I like this as a fun challenge today. Hypothetically speaking, we probably should be the worst or one of the worst teams in the league, but I don't know. I really do like our group. I'm excited. Let's set the rotation. I'm going to be very interested to see how this first season goes for us here in Boston. Now, clearly we are a talented team. There's a lot of guys here who are very good. But, we look at the grand scheme of things. We're probably not as good as a lot of the other teams in the league. And, of course, that's because we had the last pick in every round. But we have our first round pick this year. I wanted to save it as kind of an insurance policy. We're hopefully going to go ahead and actually compete for a playoff spot, but who knows? I'm very excited to see how this team does. So, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Simons going to be our backcourt. I don't know if I love that backcourt defensively, especially, but it is what it is. You got JB here at our starting small forward spot. We moved Hachimura to the 4. Derek Lively rounding out our 5-man starting lineup. Bench unit's actually really, really solid. DeAndre Hunter going to be my 6th man off the bench, playing 20 minutes tonight. You got Dennis Schroeder right behind him. Duncan Robinson as our backup shooting guard. You got Trey Lyles, newly acquired. backup power forward Drew Eubanks rounds out this 10-man rotation. So fortunately, like McGowan's, JRE, Jake LaRavia, these guys just aren't going to be getting many minutes. I don't know if I want to send any. Like, I'll send LaRavia down to I don't actually have a roster spot. Who the hell cares? Older 2K, I would have signed somebody else because the development on older 2K when you send somebody to the G League was insane, but it's clearly developed and changed, which is a good thing. But yeah, I'm super excited about this first season. I think it could be really good. Hopefully it doesn't go really bad. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. We had a somewhat disappointing first season here in Boston. We won only 30 games, which of course, when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, kind of makes sense with our draft position, all that stuff. I don't know. I just thought this team was fun. I guess 2K doesn't agree, but there are a lot of good teams. Luka Doncic, 34, basically 10 and 10. Oh my God. I'm just like picturing, because of how good Luka is and how much the Miami Heat torture me as a franchise, as a Celtics fan, seeing him in a Heat jersey. Good God, Heat fans. I hope that day never comes. Victor Wembanyama is your Rookie of the Year. He's a Charlotte Hornet. Russell Westbrook, 6th Man of the Year, is in Brooklyn. You got Nick Claxton winning a DPOY in New York. Well, in a Knicks jersey. I know he's in Brooklyn. You get it. Şengün Most Improved. Devin Booker, Clutch Player of the Year. He's in Indiana Pacer. 63-19 for the Miami Heat. Well, they had the number 1 overall pick in every single round, so it makes a little bit of sense. Let's go ahead and check out the full standings, see where we landed here. We were second to last. I mean, tied with the Cavs for the worst record in the Eastern Conference. Going to be around number 4, number 5 overall in terms of projections in the draft lottery. So we'll see. Player stats on the year. Jaylen Brown, relatively solid season, about 25, 6, and 4. Actually, really good season. He was 52% from the field. Simon's kind of our second leading scorer. You got D'Lo in here, Hachimura, Hunter, Robinson, Lyles, Lively, Schroeder, and Eubanks. Rebounds per game is going to be Lively, and assists is D'Lo. So clearly not going to be a playoff run for us coming up here in year one. We're hoping to change that, though, in year two. I'd very much like to do that. So we got a Spurs versus a Pacers finals. It is Booker in the Pacers versus Jokic in the Spurs. I just want to take a look at both these starting fives. You got Booker, Joe, Wagner, Kuzma, and Vucevic with Kessler coming off the bench. You got White, Merrill, Marketing, Kuminga, Jokic. Really good team there. Wow, almost a blown 3-0 lead, but it wasn't, I think. Devin Booker, holy shit. That is insane. That would be probably one of the greatest finals performances ever. They win in 7. They defeat Jokic and the Spurs. So let's just get into our first offseason. We're not going to allow LeBron to retire. I always override his retirement. I'm not going to stop now. We're also do the same thing with Popovich. Let's hit Hall of Fame inductees. We have nobody. Jersey retirements, Kyle Lowry with the Toronto Raptors. And this is, to this point, the biggest moment of this video so far. So we are projected the number 5 overall pick. Let's just see where we land in the... Finally. How hard is it, 2K? I always get, like, whenever I'm projected, like, number 1 overall, I always fall to, like, 5. Same thing can be said when I'm projected 2. But no, now when I'm projected number 5, I jump all the way up to number 1. I'm very happy about that. Now, what am I going to do with the pick? I don't really know. I love Joe Mazzulla. I think he's a good head coach. I guess, kind of thinking back in the grand scheme of things, you know, when I picked my team when I started out on one of these videos, I guess I kind of benefited because Mazzulla has good ratings by picking the Celtics. Like if I picked like the Hornets, would have obviously been a little harder, but who cares? Who really gives a shit? So Mazzulla's staying. We're good with him. Let's head up to the draft right now. Number 1 overall pick. Clearly a very big decision of both what we want to do with the pick, who we want to take, if we want to even keep it at that. So a lot of big decisions to make right now. Oh, what the fuck? Well, I just traded away the first overall pick, and I got Zion Williamson. What? I shipped out DeAndre Hunter, Trey Lyles, and number 1 overall. I just hit, like, go, and it just went through. That's insane. I didn't know you were able to trade for Zion that easily. But, yeah, we have our new power forward. Look, I had nothing wrong with the way Rui Hachimura played for us in year 1, but we needed another star in this team, and Dallas was apparently willing to give him up for, I don't want to say nothing, because number 1 overall is a big pick, but it doesn't really feel like there's like a Victor Wembanyama or a Zion Williamson number 1 overall pick caliber player that would be a truly franchise-altering player for the 3 years or 2 years remaining of this rebuild. But, yeah, 24-year-old Zion Williamson. Welcome to the team. I mean, I'm shocked. I'm very happy, but I'm shocked. All right, man, let's get into it. D'Lo, Eubanks both declined their options. We're bringing back JRE and LaRavia because, again, I think there is some value there. I didn't even know Vasily Micic was even on this team, but he is not going to be coming back. So D'Lo's a free agent right now. I think at some point we might want to consider an upgrade, but for now, I'm just going to bring back D'Lo. Drew Eubanks, definitely feel like there's also an upgrade out there, but, I mean, I'm not just going to renounce him for nothing if I can't find an upgrade, so let's just see. Just curious, who are the center? We actually have some money as well. That's insane to think about. Oh, man. I guy like Jackson Hayes is only 24 years old. Andre Drummond's like an absolute monster on the glass. But I feel like Hayes, with just being 6 years younger, makes a little bit more sense for me. So, you know what? I'm going to give a 2-year contract to Jackson Hayes. We're going to renounce Drew Eubanks. We're going to bring in Jackson Hayes on a 2-year deal. And at this point, kind of looking over this team and everything about it, I'm really excited about the possibilities here. Also need to figure out a new backup small forward, so let's work on a trade. We have found ourselves a new backup small forward, and it's going to come in a deal with the Washington Wizards. We're sending Bryson Gowans, JRE, and a 2025 second-round pick to DC. Nasir Little and a 2025 first-round pick are coming back here to Boston. So, in terms of a serious upgrade, like overall-wise, you know, Nasir Little is not that. I mean, he's only 2 overalls higher than McGowans, but on top of the fact that he has a multi-year contract, he's 2 overalls higher. I know it's small, but it is something. And we're getting a first-round draft pick. I think this deal makes a lot of sense for us. So, welcome to the team, Nasir. Oh, wait, what? Okay, cool. Welcome to the team, Nasir Little. Something else to consider is that Duncan Robinson regresses in this game. Why? I have no idea, but he always does. So curious, what would it be if I did this? And then what I'm going to do is actually make this top 10 protected, because it's almost like just saving our asses just in case. Like if we somehow end up being really bad again, which I don't think we will, we're hopefully going to go ahead and actually get... Whoa! Trey Murphy is here. Surprised we're able to get a guy like Trey Murphy. He's really good. Dyson Daniels actually developed super well, but you know what? Trey Murphy, I know he's not a shooting guard, but he's a big addition, and I know I just said a bunch of really nice things about Nasir Little, but unfortunately he's going to be on his way out. Steven Adams kind of almost similar to Duncan Robinson in a way of just regression, so we're just going to find ourselves a different shooting guard option after I just went and hyped up Nasir Little for a little while. Karis LeVert's 29. I think we'd probably see a step back with him, but out of all the options, he might be the best out of everything. Ooh, Lou Dort. Actually, move Lou Dort to the small forward spot. You know what? Fuck. Or, excuse me, shooting guard spot. I'll do that. Wow, we've made a lot of big moves with this team, and I am really happy about the output. So Dort's overall goes down a couple. That's not the end of the world. We also got Jalen Noel in this deal, and I don't really think we need him. I don't. So he's an expiring deal. Let's just see. Thank you very much, Milwaukee. Okay, we are all set. I will see you guys at the start of what is hopefully going to be a much better year 2 here in Boston. Our first season with the Celtics was not so good. We won only 30 games, lucked a little bit into getting the number 1 overall draft pick, made a big trade for Zion Williamson, who, by the way, has developed all the way up to a 94 overall, and we are feeling much better about this second season here with the Celtics. So here's how it's going to look. Backcourt remains the same with D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Simons. Jaylen Brown still my starting small forward. New addition here in Zion Williamson at my 4, then Derek Lively. Still our starting center, rounds out the starting 5. Bench unit has also gotten a little bit better in my opinion. Trey Murphy III going to be my 6th man off the bench. Rui Hachimura was on this team last year. He just moves to the bench unit. Dennis Schroeder still here. Lou Dort new addition, and then Jackson Hayes rounding out the 10-man rotation. So again, I don't expect to be nearly as bad as we were last year. Again, there are a lot of good teams that had a much bigger advantage to start this video than we did, but I think we're good. I'm really excited to see how this second season goes, and I'll see you guys at the end of it. It is back-to-back MVPs for Luka Doncic in Miami. Again, that picture is just scaring the everlasting hell out of me. We did have a better season here. We won 18 more games, going 48-34 here in year 2, so should be a playoff spot. Hopefully contend a little bit. We'll find out. Alexander Sarr, Dallas Mavericks took him number 1 overall with that pick we traded to them, and yeah, I'm making that trade 10 times out of 10. Especially in a 3-year rebuild. Yusuf Nurkic, 6th man of the year, is a Sacramento King. Got Victor Wembanyama winning a Defensive Player of the Year. Isaiah Stewart, most improved. Steph Curry is a Sun. He's your Clutch Player of the Year. Rick Carlisle, head coach of the Indiana Pacers, Coach of the Year. Okay, where were we? We are the 5. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I keep forgetting how much better everybody else is, as well, along with us. So, yeah, here's a look at the West. 3 teams tied for the best record. That is insane. Here are the numbers. Here are the numbers on the season. It was Zion Williamson leading us in scoring. Jaylen Brown right behind him. You got Simons, Russell, Murphy, Hachimura, Schroeder, Lively, Dort, and Hayes. Rebounds per game is going to be Derek Lively, and assist was D'Lo. So we are in the playoffs. We have the Hawks here in round 1. We are, of course, not at home. This team is interesting because Quickly and Healed, Beauchamp Towns, and Anthony Davis, pretty good team. I just almost think we're better in a way. So we'll find out here. First round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. We quickly take a 3-0 lead. And again, I'm not sure how the Hawks were better than us. All right, moving on to the defending champs, the Indiana Pacers, who were very good last year. They are still very good, and it's definitely going to be a challenge here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. We take game 1, take game 2. Okay, if we're this good now, we couldn't have done this throughout the regular season. Oh, man. Now comes a real test. Now comes a very, very big, very, very real test. Luka and DeJounte Murray in the backcourt. You got Thompson here at the 3, Keegan Murray, Naz Reid. You got DeRozan, Sadiq Bey, Vince Williams, all these guys coming off the bench. A lot of talent, a lot of depth. This is not going to be an easy series. We're 1-1 right now. We go down 2-1. We tie it up, go down 3-2, bounced in 6. Okay, a disappointing end to an although really promising season and playoff run. Heat go on to win it all, and oh my God, 60% from 3. 60% from 3. That's insane. You know how hard it is to have your field goal and three-point percentage almost be identical? That's fucking bananas. Never mind in a finals series. Good God. All right, so we're heading into the last offseason. I obviously cannot override LeBron James' retirement again, so the GOAT and the other GOAT are close enough. We'll head off into the sunset and call it a career jersey retirement, see a few notable players there. Draft lottery, we're not going to have a draft. Oh. Well, I don't know what the projections are on that, but we're currently projected to have another lottery pick from the Wizards. And, am I missing it? Oh, no, it's at number 11. I was only looking top 10. No, it is at number 11. That is, of course, very nice. That will be relatively beneficial. I'm bringing back Joe Mazzulla. You can call me a Celtics fan or whatever the hell you want to call me. I like Joe. I think especially his offensive system is elite. So I'm very excited to have him back. Welcome to the 2025 NBA Draft, number 11 overall selection. A couple different avenues we could explore with this, so hang with me. Okay, we just made a trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves and went ahead and acquired De'Aaron Fox. I don't know what's going on today. It feels like trades are not nearly as hard as they typically are, but D'Lo Hayes, the number 11 overall, went to Minnesota, and we picked up De'Aaron Fox. Simple as that. I felt too easy. I don't know. So yes, 2 lottery picks in today's video. I didn't use either of them in the actual draft. I guess a little bit unfortunate, but I'm not really sweating about it because we got a really good player in De'Aaron Fox. So we look at free agency here. Got Trey Murphy as a little restricted free agent. Schroeder's also a free agent. I want to make sure I get him back, or at least don't lose him for nothing, because I think he is relatively important to this team. So Murphy and Schroeder are both coming back on some contracts. And yeah, I mean, looking at this team, what else is there to really do? We do have to find ourselves a new backup center because we just went ahead and moved on from Jackson Hayes. So I'm just looking here at the options. I'm actually going to be a world-class asshole. I'm going to sign Monte Morris, then I'm going to trade Monte Morris. Some people don't like it. Some people don't care. It's about $5.5 million. Just kind of glancing at my options. My center for $5.5 million, which is probably not a long list, to be fair. There's probably not an elite player we're going to be getting for this price tag. So let's just look. Nick Richards, honestly, could be my best option here. Okay, I'm going to be able to do this. So take a first-round pick, thank you. All right, are we comfortable enough with this entire group heading into the final regular season? I feel like my gut reaction is yes. I don't know if I love the size of this backcourt, but Simons has been relatively solid for us. I mean, I'm just curious if I were to hypothetically put him in the trade finder, like what are some of the options that I were to get? I mean, like Desmond Bane, it's probably an upgrade. Jay Nivey, probably not. I don't know. Because, Jaren Jackson Jr. Because although I don't think Simons has been like a problem, I just want to make sure I have the best possible starting 5, especially heading into a championship or bust season. So would this trade put us over the top? No. Nope. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep Anthony Simons, and I'll see you guys at the start of year 3. I'm potentially going to be a world-class liar here, and you can get mad at me if you want, but I think I am making this team better. So it's the final regular season. We're making a trade for Brandon Ingram, and what this does is just moves Jaylen Brown to the shooting guard spot. Look, Brandon Ingram is better than Anthony Simons. I have nothing wrong with Simons, and although I think he could have been very beneficial for us, we are getting an upgrade here with Brandon Ingram heading into a championship or bust season. So I feel like it was a good move for us. There's nothing wrong with Anthony Simons. Possibly could have been good enough to stay on this team in terms of a championship 5 team. I don't know. I think we're getting a serious upgrade here with Ingram. Sue me. After yet another blockbuster trade, we are ready for the final regular season here in Boston. A lot of interesting moves. This team looks fantastic on paper. Ultimately, you kind of got to get over the final hump, get to the finals, win a championship, which we've obviously yet to do. So De'Aaron Fox, Jaylen Brown going to be, I guess, our new backcourt. I know JB's been here the entire video. New addition here, Brandon Ingram at the 3. You got Zion Williamson. I didn't realize we teamed up the Pelicans here. And you got Derek Lively still as our starting center. Bench unit is still really good. You got Trey Murphy the 3rd as our 6-man, Rui Hachimura right behind him. Dennis Schroeder in here. You got Nick Richards, new addition, and Lou Dort rounding out this 10-man rotation. So it is championship or bust here in the final regular season. which I'll see you guys at the end of. It's officially a clean sweep for Luka Doncic in Miami in the MVP award. It's, again, very scary thought. But we go 61-21 this year, which, all things considered, especially how good the Eastern Conference is, especially how good this man and the Miami Heat are, I can definitely live with it. I can take it. Dylan Harper is a New York Knick. He is your Rookie of the Year. You got Clint Capella, 6th Man of the Year. He's in Brooklyn. Victor Wembanyama, just to rename the award. James Wiseman, Most Improved. Devin Booker, Clutch Player of the Year. Hey, we got a Coach of the Year in Joe Mazzulla. Typically means he had the best record, or second at worst. Here are the standings. We are the 1 seed. We are 9 games up on the Hornets. Struggling a little bit over there in Miami. I'm still terrified. Here are the numbers on the season. How did everybody play? We obviously had 2 new additions here. Zion and JB kind of number 1, number 2. Fox and Ingram were new. Welcome to the team. Definitely filled their roles well. Hachimura, Murphy, Lively, Schroeder, Dort, and then Richards. Rebounds per game is going to be Lively once again. Assist new addition here in De'Aaron Fox. So we are facing a play-in team. That play-in team is going to be the 8-seeded Cavaliers. Rozier, Bane, Mathurin, Mobley, Jalen Williams. I just don't know if that team really scares me a lot, to be honest with you. I think we're almost better at every position. They do win Game 4. We ended in 5. Now, here comes what is probably going to be... Oh, my God. This team's just so good. Yeah, they definitely have the best player in the series. I think we are a better team, though. So, we are up 2-1 right now. They tie it up 2-2. We go... Fuck. Game 7. Holy shit. East Finals, us and the Charlotte Hornets, Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, Cody Williams, Scotty Barnes. Oh, shit, I forgot Victor Wembanyama. This is an insane front court. Yeah, no, this team's talented. Now, are they maybe a little bit too young to actually keep up with us in the playoffs? Maybe, I don't know. Don't do this. Thank you. We're on to the finals. We are taking on Nikola Jokic and the Spurs, who actually made the finals year 1 and lost. And De'Aaron Fox, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. So here's a look at the Spurs. White, Johnson, Markkanen, Kuminga, Jokic. So, again, much similar to the Miami Heat. They have the best player in the series. I think we're a better team, though. So, here goes nothing. We drop Game 1, win Game 2, win Game 3. Oh, my God. Please just don't choke. Please don't choke. Whatever you do, please don't choke. I'd like to close them out here. And, okay, fight back. Have some composure. Okay, back and forth a little bit. I'll see you guys in there. We are down 1 with just under 3 minutes to go here. We are on the verge of a championship here in our 3rd and final season in Boston. We have got to get this done. I want to end this now specifically for the reason of I would rather not give Nikola Jokic another game, another chance, if you will. I'd rather just get this out of the way. So is it Goga? I'd rather just close it out. So if I can play some good... No. Fuck. No. Thank you. Okay. Jokic misses. Let's just be calm and composed. And that's Trey Murphy. And all due respect, I don't really know why he's in the game right now. Jesus Christ. All right, let's just work it low post with Zion Williamson. Thank you. I mean, that's just easy. That's easy as 1, 2, 3. They're going to take a timeout now. That's our first lead of the night. Wow, that's insane. Good moment to get it, I'd say that. So now we got to hold on to this lead. I want to make sure the starters remain in the game. I want all of them in here. We just got to stop Jokic. So 2:24 left to go here in game... What are we, in Game 5? I think we're in Game 5. Kobe White dribbling the ball up the floor. I'm surprised they're not running some sort of action for Nikola Jokic. That's probably what I would be doing. Jonathan Kuminga in the game right now. They're going to kick it over to Jokic, back out to Markkanen. Kobe White, oh my God, I fell asleep. Everything's moving a million miles an hour. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be a world-class asshole, and I'm not going to play on-ball defense. I'm not going to do it. I'm bad at this game. You all already know that. What the hell is that? What the actual hell is that? Okay, sure, give me back the lead. Under 2 minutes to go here at TD Garden. We are not playing on-ball defense. I'm going to kind of trail off and try to follow Jokic around. Thankfully, he's not very quick. Now we go back to on-ball, just because I can kind of keep up with him here. He's not exactly super quick. That's just insane. You know what? I stand corrected. I will not be playing on-ball defense against the best player in the world. Let's not do that. All right, they're going to try to pick up De'Aaron Fox, who is really, really quick, fortunately for us. That's not what I wanted. Shit. It's kind of tough when, like, I know Zion's gotten better, but he's still not, like, an elite shooter by any means. Jesus Christ, Derek. Drive down the lane. Ingram. Okay, thank God. All right. Slowly but surely, kind of figuring this thing out a little bit. We got potentially the biggest stop of the game coming up. So, okay, I should not be playing on-ball defense. Let's not do that. Trying to face guard a little bit. Just try to not let him get the ball. Oh, my. I'm fucking asleep. I am fucking asleep. This game and its mannerisms drive me fucking wild. I'm trying to give De'Aaron Fox the basketball. I'm going to punch my fucking monitor. What the hell is this game right now? It's insane. All right, 103 left. I'm just going to be on whoever's furthest away from the ball. I think that makes the most sense for me. What is the button? No. Shit. Oh my God. I'm all over the place trying to... I'm going to freak the fuck out. I'm trying to find a way to hit onto somebody else, and I cannot do it. And they're just going to kick it inside Derek Lively. Okay, I don't know what the defense is coming from Nikola Jokic right now, but thank God it's not good. I've gotten locked up in this game before by, like, really good defensive players, and very fortunately, Jokic is fantastic offensively. He's not any... What the fuck was that? Take me out to dinner before you fuck me. Just, I mean, come on. What is that fucking bounce right there? Give... Jesus Christ. I didn't do that move. I'd like that to be clear. Fox. Brown. JB drive down to the basket. That's the moment for a poster. I don't know if that was the moment for a poster. All right, I think the majority of this starting five is pretty solid defensively. Like, what does a defensive lineup look like? They're putting Royce O'Neal and Lou. I do want Lou Dort in the game. That's a reasonable take to have him in there. I just... No, what I'm going to do is, if I go defense, it's going to put JB at the 3. That's fine. Royce O'Neal, no. Zion's staying in. So I'm just going to put Lou Dort in the game. He's a very good defense player. Not that Brandon Ingram's, a piece of crap defensively, but Lou Dort's very good defensively. So this is the way we're going to do it. They're going to try to kick it. I'm going to control Zion. We're going to have him down low a little bit. They're going to go one-on-one with Jokic. I'm going to try to help off a little bit. Oh, my. What do you even do about that? What do you do? What is there to do? There's absolutely nothing I can do there. I wasn't even usering Derek Lively. He just got fucking cooked. All right, starters back in the game. We have 14.7 seconds to make something happen. Give De'Aaron Fox the ball. I'm taking over this shit. JB! Oh my God, that's so fucking insane 3. Okay, holy shit. 8 seconds left. Just don't let Jokic get the ball. Don't. What? Send Derek Lively to the fucking gulag. What the actual fuck was that? Are you... This game drives me fucking crazy. Fucking crazy sometimes. What is Derek Lively doing? I understand he's the best player in the world, but just stay in front of him. You can't get cooked if that happens. I need De'Aaron Fox. He's the quickest. It makes the most sense for me. Oh my God. How the fuck did that go in? Huh? What the fuck? Oh my God, it's good. Oh my God. Oh. There's no way. There's no fucking way. That just did not go in. He got it off. What the fuck? I don't know what she's saying. I don't have my headphones on. What the? Are you shitting me? The only thing that could have made that worse is if it would have been an elimination game for us. Never in my life have I seen something like that in this game. Never in my life. I've played this game for like as long as I can remember. That is insane. That was insane. Please just win. Please just win. Thank you. Oh my God. If we didn't win that after that bullshit by Kobe White, I would have lost my fucking mind. Oh my God. Well, I don't know what exciting means if this was not an exciting video. Holy shit. That was insane. Insane. This is the kind of shit that happens to only me, right? Just so we're 100% clear. I know this video has been long as fuck, but what a video. What a video. This one was fun. I'm very happy that we actually won it all, but oh my God, I need a break. Thanks for watching. Let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.